What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee on the vid, back with another hip-hop blog for you guys. And you see we're talking about Gillie the Kid and WACK100. Now listen, we already know Wack is always up to some antics. That's just a part of Wack, who he is, what he does. And I mean, you know, a lot of times it's to draw attention to what he has going on. Like, Wack is very slick. He does a lot of bullshit, but the man is slick. If you recall back, like with the whole Mike Tyson incident, which wasn't really an incident, but when he did the podcast, the Mike Tyson podcast, and we're talking about here him being on Gillie's podcast, there was, you know, the rumor that got started that Wack had got socked out by Mike. Like, Mike put hands on WACK100 when Pac came up, you know, because Wack was very disrespectful of Tupac, his whole legacy, and all that, you know, when the movie was coming up. But anyways, Wack started the rumor that, you know, through Instagram posts and everything that Mike aired him out, right? The podcast went on to do crazy numbers. And, you know, we found out that nothing happened. Nothing at all happened. But he even went as far as to have a fake video out there. Like, for real, y'all, think about this. I'm sure you guys all remember there was a video where it was like a Mike Tyson lookalike. It was in black and white, and it was shot well. You know, that originally when you saw it at a first glance, you had to, like, look again and be like, oh, that ain't really Mike. Like, dude was doing the Mike impersonation and everything. You know, like he beat up WACK100. That went viral as well. But my point with all that is, when I tracked down that post all the way from its origins, where it first came out, it was a blog/podcast Instagram account, kind of similar to what I do. And when I chopped it with them, they were like, yo, we got that from WACK100. He told us put that out into the Instagram atmosphere. You know what I mean? So think about that. Wack did that whole campaign and all that to draw attention to that episode, which did crazy numbers. You know, you see that's very, very strategic, because, you know, nowadays it's all about them numbers, them streams, what you can do organically to draw attention to whatever content that you're pushing. You know what I mean? I say organically, I mean not that BS fake numbers-ish that people be doing. But anyways, Wack, you know, a lot of people, you say, yeah, that's smart. And it is. I'm not saying dude doesn't do good business. He's not a good businessman. But sometimes to draw attention to things, he goes a little too far and gets disrespectful on a whole nother level. But anyways, right now we're talking about him and Gillie the Kid. If you don't know, Wack just did Gillie's podcast, $1 million worth of game, the Gillie and Wallo jump off. And there's a couple clips from the podcast circulating right now. Of course, we know Wack is pushing this to draw the attention to the content, just like, you know, with this Mike Tyson thing. But anyways, I'm going to play one of these clips for you guys. And listen, we know Gillie and Wallo, funny dudes, like, they do comedy. When I say that, I'm not saying like I'm taking anything away from them. I'm saying a part of what they do, they're funny. Like, dead ass, they're funny guys. And I'm saying this, you know, because I don't do the clickbait. I'm not a clickbaiter. I'm just trying to put things into context for everyone. But you'll hear in this clip, they're talking about Gillie's time at Cash Money. Because, you know, I'm sure all the hip-hop fans, you guys remember, Gillie at one point in time was going in on Cash Money, on Wayne and Birdman. Things went bad. He was owed money. Nowadays, they've pieced it up. Like, you know, when Gillie is asked about it now, he always is like, yo, them dudes paid up. They straightened it out. I'm not really going to say nothing negative about them. You know, that's been his answer for the past couple years, ever since, you know, the debt's cleared and they're on good terms, which I respect that, you know. But, you know, when Wack's going to be on there, that's not going to be good enough. That's not going to draw enough attention. He's got to get something else going on. So Wack was kind of playing around with them, trolling a little bit, bigging up Birdman. I'm going to just play it for y'all. Y'all listen to it. But my point is saying that, you know, Gillie and them do comedy is because obviously these dudes are playing around here. But I feel like Gillie maybe was a little salty. I'll be right back with some more commentary, you guys.
The fuck is he talking about? I ain't fucking man, fuck that nigga. Listen. I'm Sally Cheese and the Birdman. Call me, nigga. No, nigga, that's coming through my label. Cash Money East Coast. We already talked. You will be FaceTime when I was in New York. Look at this. Fuck out of here. Don't you ever disrespect Birdman. Blueface gonna be the hand of no, fuck that. You still got the panties in your ass. Let that shit go. There we go. Fuck that, nigga. There we go. Money that's why I still the fuck with Wallo. That's why you fuck with me. I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I'm no fucking Birdman on $1 million worth of game. Birdman a real Tyson. Fuck is the matter with you? And you know it. I'm tired of that shit. And if Birdman decided to have a fight, I think he can whoop. What the fuck is he talking about? Crazy as shit. No, I got it. I got it. Birdman got me fucked up. Birdman, my nigga. If you look at you got me fucked up. I'll put hands and fucking feet on Birdman, nigga. I'll put hands and feet on Birdman. You fucking nigga. Birdman, on his name, nigga. That's it. Put some respect on Birdman name, nigga. Birdman got 2 Philly niggas ready to fight. Keep fucking playing. Fuck wrong with you? This the type of effect he keeps fucking God on niggas. I'ma sign mac and cheese and I'ma put a decision on his dumb ass. He won't be able to take to jail. Hey, you know what I'ma do? I'ma talk to Birdman and see if I can get him to release your masters, cause it didn't make him no money anyway. I like it. Thank you. It did shit like a paperweight to him. I'ma get him to give me my fucking masters. No, I'm gonna call him today. I'm gonna be like, Stunner, that shit ain't made you nothing. I'm gonna give me my fucking masters. I'm gonna fucking talk to him. I got it. Look at him. Look at him tonight. Look at him. I'm gonna hold this thing. Get the fuck out of here. You mad? Cause I'm gonna make money with Birdman. And you ain't making money. You fucking flopped. You flopped. You fucking neighborhood rapper. You flopped. Fuck out of here. He's a neighborhood rapper. He had a neighborhood song. Birdman gave him a shot. He didn't know how to take advantage of the fucking opportunity. And guess what happened? He's right here 16 years later with panties in his ass. Fuck is you talking about? Cash Money East, nigga. Coming to Philly, nigga. And I'm the CEO. So fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I'm ready to get your masters back. Okay. Put some respect on Birdman, man. I told you about that dumb shit. You ain't the CEO, you the fleo. The fuck out of here, ass nigga. It's my fucking lady. Fuck is you talking about? Cash Money East. You done let Wack hype your stupid ass up. You gonna get your fucking eyes tinted in here. Like, fuck what you talking about, man. What happened to that boy, nigga?
So like I said, man, we know these dudes like to play around. Gillie, Wallo, you know, it is what it is. But Wack throws these 2 posts on the gram. There's another one, you know, and there's the post, the captions read like, yo, after 17 years, Birdman still got Gillie in his feelings. And there's another, you know, one that says something along the lines of like Birdman, one of the realest in the game. And there's another audio clip he's pushing as well, you know, where he's like just bigging up how big Birdman is and is like, yo, man, it's not his fault. He couldn't manufacture a hit for you, you know. And they're all clowning around. Blueface is in attendance. And, you know, Gillie pushes Wallo. Wallo's clowning around like, I'm going to push this Cash Money East and all that, man. And like I said, we know it's all fun and games. But it just kind of felt like Gillie really actually was getting a little heated by Wack making light of Gillie's situation with Cash Money, that it was unsuccessful. Because at the end of the day, the facts are as follows, you know. Gillie's doing his thing. You know, he's got the podcast. He's got a lot of other ventures he's doing. He's done acting. You know what I mean? Gillie's done well for himself. But the Cash Money situation didn't work out. You know, he didn't get the music out on the label. You know, for a minute, he was going in talking about he ghost wrote for Lil Wayne. Like, if you guys remember when that beef was going on, Gillie was going in. He was hot about it. You know, he said they jerked him. They played him. You know, they owed him money. And like I said, nowadays, he normally is like, yeah, we're good. Me and Stunner and Wayne, they paid me. I've seen them. We've chopped it up. We're all good. But when Wack comes on, you know, his episode, that's not going to be enough. He's got to push buttons a little bit. And he almost kind of took control of Gillie's own podcast on there. You know what I mean? Like playing mind games and such, being that Wack is directly linked to the situation because he has Cash Money West and is plugged in with Birdman. Like, Wack does a lot of things behind the scenes, you know, playing with different artists, pitting people against each other in all kinds of situations, because Wack, you know, he's constantly getting into issues with people. Some of it's trolling, but at the end of the day, he really you know, has beef with people, and then he'll try to play other artists into the situation, and they'll go for it because they know Wack is linked with Birdman. You know what I mean? And what do you guys think about this? Him saying Birdman's one of the realest in the game. You know, like, I don't got to sit here and go over all the different situations with Birdman, but you guys know what I mean. There's a lot of artists Birdman jerk for their money who never get paid, or they got to try to sue him. And we hear a lot of other allegations against Birdman, and we've seen some funny style things. You know, and with all this being said, that's what I mean. Wack comes on here and wants to get the most out of the podcast that he can, you know, for his movement and his campaign. And, you know, Gillie and Wack have been cool for a minute. You know, Gillie's always, you know, spoke highly respectable of Wack. But he starts pushing his buttons a little bit and saying, like, yo, man, you couldn't get hot. Don't blame Birdman for that, you know? And Wallo chimes in and is just clowning around and everything. And, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, let me know what you guys think about that. He actually got up and pushed Wallo, you know. Now, like I said, I'm not saying there's a beef or anything like that. I'm just saying I think Gillie was genuinely kind of a little upset about all this, you know. And it's kind of lame on Wack's side to come in here pushing buttons like this for the shock value. You know what I mean? Like, Wack does well for himself, but we know he likes to disrespect people, and he always wants to talk about finances like that's the only thing that matters. I mean, of course, everyone's trying to take care of their family and prosper and everything like that. But there's a lot of dope artists out here struggling who got jerked around, you know? And it just, I'm telling you, man, it just kind of feels to me like Gillie genuinely was a little upset. You know what I mean? Like, go check the footage and all that. You guys let me know what you think about it. It's kind of wild with Gillie, you know, like, we know he was with major figures, you know, putting on for Philly. They had that hit, Yeah, That's Us. He went to Cash Money. It didn't work out. And, you know, he managed to get where he is now just by pushing on and doing what he does. You know, his confidence and bravado and swagger, I feel like, had a lot to do with it. You know, that he was just persistent and pushing on. And, you know, now he's got his cousin Wallo with him, who, when he came home, you know, was trying to change his life around from doing that bid. So it's dope. It's a dope team. But I feel like Gillie might really be like, yo, man, fuck Wack for playing around with me like that, man. Like, you played a little bit too much, man. Shit ain't sweet over here. But I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I just think WACK100 is a snake. You can't really trust him, you know, and we've seen the disrespect he's done of people. Like I said, I know the man's trying to be controversial and get them views and keep that momentum in the game, but, you know, he takes it to the lengths of disrespecting the dead. And I don't know, you know. It's just fuckery at the end of the day, if you ask me. So hop in the comments, guys. Let me know your thoughts about all this. Let me know if you went and listened to the whole episode. You know, anyone new to the platform over here with J Coffee Talk, that's how we do. We talk it up on the different topics that we're speaking on, whether it be music, news, sports, current events, life, or whatever else. We cover a lot of different topics. So if you're new, make sure to tap in, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and rock with me, guys, and join that discussion. Let's talk about this. Did WACK100 play a little too much with Gillie the Kid? You know, like, Gillie's one of the few people that was jerked by Cash Money and actually got paid what they're owed, you know? I mean, we know Wayne did, and we know how tight Wayne and Birdman are, and it still took him a while to get his situation sorted out with Birdman, you know? Like Wack saying, oh, Birdman's a real one, he's a gangster and everything. But I don't think that there's nothing gangster about jerking people that help, you know, out of their money, that help you build your label up, you know, and them having to go and then hiding behind different situations to have to get your money back for them. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's type whack and corny. So let's talk about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm out of here. Catch me on the next one. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.